You just lose planes so fast, and you're using the curving approaches you and a laser advise, but you still lose planes unsustainably. Yeah, Eraser is so good at what he does that he doesn't have a conceptual understanding of what other people go through anymore. It's kind of like you might meet a talented chef, and this talented chef has cooked for so many years that the concept of trying to figure out how to crack an egg, like he'll understand that there are people that can't do this, or boil water. Like, how do you fail to understand this? There are times when conversing with him where it's like some of the concepts he just dismisses them as so basic and so simple, and yet some of those are foundational concepts that you have to learn and then build on. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Someone cue up a montage of Gordon Ramsay yelling at people. There you go. That might be a good one. Like, he was talking on a forum and he said something about like basic competence. So I asked him, well, what are you using as your measuring stick for basic competence? And he said, well, the community lacks basic competence, and he can see this because he saw streamers. And streamers did not display basic competency in a CV, and yet they could get like 55% win rates or something. And it's like, bruh, are you really looking at the average player as somebody that feels so secure enough that they're actually willing to stream their play in front of an unknown number of people, audience that are going to watch and criticize everything they do? You think those guys are the basic average player? And we talked about it a little further, and it's like, part of the conversation kind of went, in order to have basic competency, you would need to be like mid-Typhoon. You need to be Typhoon 2 or 1. You would need to have memorized shell penetration values across multiple nations. You need to know armor values across multiple nations, where weak spots are on these ships, those ships, how these ships turn, how they accelerate, what they can do, what their ranges are, what their fire chances and probabilities are, what the pen on their guns are. Do they have fighters? What are their consumable structures? What's the timing on their consumables? How quickly does their damage con reload? Like, all of this knowledge is required for basic competency. It's like, bruh, I think you're a little out of touch on this, dude. just a little. Most people just load in on a ship that looks cool and shoot stuff. Like, they don't know all this crap. Come on.